Hello everyone. So here I am finally with my first YouTube video ever. Before starting, I just wanted to introduce myself to all of you. So my name is Jahanvi. I'm from India and I have done my masters in mathematics. And by profession, I'm a teacher and also a data analyst. I have been teaching math for the last 6 years. In the beginning, I started teaching the students from India, and then I slowly shifted towards the students from US, Canada, and New Zealand region. The motive of starting this YouTube channel is to provide the whole course on high level subjects that are Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Pre-Calculus, and Geometry. So right now I'm starting with Algebra 1 and I'm starting with functions. I will be uploading the videos with time and will try to provide you with the content regularly. And yes, that's all. Please watch this video till end. I'm really hoping that you will be able to understand what are functions in a really easy manner. Also, if you like the video and you are able to get something meaningful from it, please do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And most importantly, share among your friends as much as possible. And also, if there are any queries, any questions that you want to discuss related to math, you can always reach out to this mail. I will try to reply back to you as soon as possible. So let's start with functions. But before doing that, we need to understand what are relations. So let me give you some examples. Y is equal to 2x, q is equal to 5p minus 1, a is equal to b divided by 10, and many such equations are nothing but relations. Relations are simply the equations that relate the variables given in that equation. Like in the first example, we can clearly see y is equal to 2 times x. In second example, we can see q is what? Q is, you will do 5 times p and subtract 1 from it. Then you will get q. So we can clearly see that how the variables are related to each other. So that is a relation. So basically all the equations that you see, those are called as relation, where you can clearly establish the relationship between the given variables. So that's all here. Now we will do functions. Before telling you what are exactly functions, I will write the definition here. Okay, so a function is a relation where every input has exactly one output. The moment when I say exactly, I mean that it must have only one output, not more than that, right? So a function is also a relation. The extra thing that we added here is that every input must have only one output. So let's understand this with the help of an example. Let's take the relation y is equal to 2x and draw a mapping diagram for it. Mapping diagram is nothing but a diagram that tells us clearly how the input and output variables are related to each other. So this is x on the left side and here we have y, where x is your input and y is your output. So if x is 1, your y would be 2, then for 2 it would be 4, for 3 it would be 6, for 4 it would be 8. So this is the mapping diagram here. And you can clearly see that it is completely satisfying the definition of a function. Because here every input is having only one output. You can see here the only output of 1 is 2. The only output of 2 is 4, for 3 it's 6, and for 4 it's 8. So every input is only having one output. So this relation is a function. Now here you can see that since every single input has one output, so such type of a function is called as one-to-one function also. This is a type of a function, okay, where every single input, like every one input is having one output. So that is one-to-one. Now let's see the next example. So in example number 2, we will take the relation y is equal to x squared. So let's again draw a mapping diagram for this. So here we will have x, here we will have y. So when x is 1, then your y would be 1 squared, that is 1. When x is 2, y will be 2 squared, that's 4. For 3, y would be 3 squared, that's 9. We can also take some negative numbers. So if x is negative 1, then also you know that negative 1 squared is 1 again. So you can see here that 1 and negative 1 will have the same output 1. Similarly, if I take negative 2 here, then negative 2 squared is also 4. So here also 2 and negative 2 are having the same output 4. And similarly, 3 and negative 3 also have the same output 9. So now pause the video and try to answer this, that this relation, will it be a function or not? So let me give you the answer. This relation is a function, right? You can see here that every input on its own is just having one output. Like the only output of 1 is 1. For negative 1 also the output is 1. For 2 the output is 4. For negative 2 the output is 4. Right? So every input is having just one output. Now do not confuse this that they are two inputs having the same output. That's not a problem. We did not say this in the definition at all, that two inputs cannot have the same output. What we said, that every input must have only one output, and that is clearly happening here. So we can see here that this relation will be a function, right? So here are some examples. So question number 1. Let's do one thing, pause the video for a minute and try to answer these on your own. I'll zoom in a bit. So for question number 1, this relation is not going to be a function, because you can clearly see here that 0 is having two outputs, 0 and negative 1. You can see here it's mapped to 0 and negative 1. So it is not going to be a function. And question number 2, again you can see P's output is 10, Q's is 20, R is having 30, but S is having two outputs here, 40 and 60. So again you can see here that this is not going to be a function, since the input S is having two outputs. Now if we see question number 3, you can see here that every input is just having one output, that is P. Although all of them are having the same output, but again that's not a concern here. So this is clearly a function, and remember, such type of function where there are many inputs mapped to one output, that is called a many-to-one function, right? Again I'll repeat, because here we are having many inputs that are giving us this one output only as the answer. That is why here this is called as many-to-one function. Now let's see question number 4. Here also you can see every input is just having one output. So this is also a function, and I think I have introduced to this type to you already before. This is one-to-one function. Now let's see some more examples. So question number 5, it's an input-output table. So this is another way of representing a relation. So here you can see 2 is mapped to 4, 4 is mapped to 6, 6 to 8, 8 to 10. So every input is having just one output. So yes, it is a function. Now if we see here, 3 is having the output 1. But here also we have 3 and it's having the output 3. Similarly, 5 is having the output 2, but here 5 is also having 4. So you can see the inputs are having more than one output. That means this is clearly not a function. This one will be a function because you can see every input is just having one output. Now let's see question number 6. Okay, again this is a function here because every input is just having one output. And again this is many to one function. Okay, this is many to one, and this one is not a function again because here you can see that the same input is having 4 different outputs. So I hope you are clear with the help of these examples that what are functions and what are its two types. So this is that is all for this video, and please do hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you watch the videos in sequence to understand everything in an organized manner and relate every concept together. So in the next video we will be studying about the vertical line test. That is a very interesting test. So see you in the next video.